It's hella money. MacBook, that's hella money. Yeah.
I'm just waiting on him to get out.
I bought the Mac 11, huh?
Mac 11.
Oh, wow.
What about?
I said that do-rag makes it
Look good.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody keeping the
Got
cuts.
the
Asif. Yeah, Shalom.
Shalom.
Unbelievable. Well, I know.
Yeah, it's 8:58 right now.
8:58.
Yep. Military time is 20:58. You know what I mean?
All right, so
Well,
You still go over some scriptures if you want. I'm see if you introduce something new. You can try them again in 10 minutes or something.
all right, well, let's get it in. You know what I'm saying? Just go over and remember we did. I want y'all to meet. This is my brother Asif, and I got.
Oh, this is the brother Ashar Rakal. What's going on, brother?
Shalom. How you doing?
I'm all right, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm maintaining, we out there doing the work like we usually do, whether it be out in the streets or whether it be in somebody's crib, you know what I'm saying, sit downs, whether it be in a controlled environment or whether we out there in the streets where all them spirits is out there, we out there, you feel me? So,
Yeah, I feel you. Doing the warrior, doing
what's up?
soldiers for God.
Huh?
Being soldiers for God, I feel you.
Soldiers for God, that's right. Soldiers for the Most High, Yahweh.
Yeah.
Okay, introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Brother Yadai. How's it going, brother?
Pretty good. Nice to meet you.
You too.
And
Brother Malachi Bar, nice to meet you.
All right, likewise.
all right, I don't know. You want to sit on?
I'll take it.
All right, I'm gonna get that.
Yeah.
I just need. You got your phone? It's dead.
Yeah.
All right, I just need somebody. I want y'all to look up that story with Daniel.
Daniel,
With how he said he did everything the king said, but at the end of it, you know what I'm saying?
Daniel's 3.
Daniel's 3?
There's Daniel's 3, that's his 3 companions, and you got Daniel 6.
And what's Daniel 6 about? I think it's Daniel
That's
6.
Daniel with the lion's den.
Right.
Okay. I got you.
That's in the cut.
Okay, I got
down the line. Because I wanted to use that,
Okay.
to make them see if they can understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
I remember we just having a debate, a disagreement, just an agreement we building and love, because I want you to tell them what you think about Romans 13, because that's the topic of Romans 13. I'll let you got the floor, brother.
Okay, let's get to Romans 13 here. All right, so we got Romans 13. We start from 1 to about 7 or 8. We got let every soul subject unto the higher powers.
Right.
For there is no power but of God. Powers that are ordained of God. Whosoever resists the power resists the ordinance of God. And they that resist shall receive themselves damnation. For rulers are not a terror to good works, but to evil. Will you then not be afraid of the power? Do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same.
13.
4 says, for he is the minister of God to be for good. But if you do that which is evil, be afraid, for he beareth not the sword in vain. For he is the minister of God, the avenger, to execute wrath upon it that does evil. 5. Wherefore we must needs be subject, not only for wrath, also for conscience sake.
Conscience sake. Somebody give me conscience sake when you get a chance on that verse. Hold that. All right, go ahead.
Okay. For for this cause pay ye tribute also, for they are God's ministers, attending continually of this very thing. Render therefore to all their dues, tribute to whom tribute is due, custom to whom custom, fear to whom fear, honor to whom honor.
Okay.
That's it. We're having a little discussion about that one, that subject right there.
Now, according to you, what do you think that meant? Like, what's your opinion on Romans 13? I know you went over it with me, but I wanted you to go over that again because I'm saying that subject that it's talking about is talking about Caesar.
Yeah, like the government at
The
that
government.
time. The government at that time.
And you think it's not, and you don't think it's talking about that. You think that it's talking about just the nation of Israel as a whole.
Correct.
Okay.
To me, it's to me, our governing authorities is Israel. We're not subject to Caesar. We are slaves. Like, we can relate Caesar to this time. We are slaves in Babylon today.
Right.
You can replace Caesar with Donald Trump if you want, just for argument's sake. We're not subject to anything Donald Trump says or does to us. The ordinances of God are the laws and the words of God. That's how I see it. And Romans 13, he is talking to Israel for Israel's sake, how to deal with Israel.
Now remember, Romans 13 only stopped
Yeah,
at 8.
I mean, it's all about Israel. Everything is about
So
Israel.
you got it from here.
Yeah. Now, this is what I think, brother.
Okay.
You okay with this? Like, you done?
Okay.
You okay? So now, this is what I think. Now, in order to understand the scriptures, we got to look into these words too, to get a better understanding. Now, we understand that the Lord is only dealing with Israel, correct?
Correct.
Right. So now he is talking to Israel, but also too, the Lord could also talk to Israel on how to deal with the heathens. You see what I'm saying? And the reason why I think, or according to the scriptures, what we see and what we study together as a body, that we see Romans from 13:1 to 7, because that's the context.
Yep.
That's the context about paying tribute, paying all that. Now, what we see that that's talking about the Roman Empire at that time, because Paul was under subjection under the Caesars. Now, we did certain, like right now, we in America, right?
Yeah.
Now, we do things that America does. Like, for example, in order to get a license, in order to drive a car, we got to get a license. In order to have a job, we got to pay taxes, because we're under a thing called, I don't know if you know this, but it's deeper than America, but I'm going to be straight up, because there's a thing called the maritime law. You ever heard about the maritime law?
Yes.
Yes. Now, the maritime law is dealing with what? The laws of the sea. And, and the people that control the maritime law is the Holy See.
Okay, wait, hold on. The people that control the maritime law is what?
The Holy See.
So that means they have somebody over them.
Exactly. And
okay, that's all.
What do you say? The Holy See?
The Holy See. The Holy See. And they come from the Roman Catholic Church, which is the Vatican.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because the Vatican, see, they're in control. The Vatican is in control. And the people that run the Vatican are the so-called white people, which is the Edomites today. Which are the biblical Edomites today. So now this is the reason why we think that this is the Roman Empire at the time, which Esau ruled at the time as the pagan Roman Empire. So now I'm gonna look up a word. Now I'm gonna read it, and then we're gonna look up these words. So you don't mind if I read, right?
Of course not.
Okay. So this is Romans chapter 13, verse 1. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers. For there's no power but of the Most High. The powers that be are ordained of the Most High. Whosoever therefore resisteth the power, resisteth the ordinance of God, and that they resist shall receive to themselves damnation.
Now hold on. This is the part. Now hold on to that. Because I'm going to help you out, I see, my brother. You said that damnation goes for what? Our people, right? No, I'm not going to put words in your mouth. Let you.
I didn't say I
No,
said,
no, no. That's why I said I'm gonna hold that back. I want you to tell me what did you say what damnation is out of your mouth again.
Okay, I asked you what damnation was. It says, "Whosoever resists the power resists the ordinance of God." There's two things there that he's stating. There's the ordinance of God, and then there's damnation. So we looked up the word damnation. Says eternal hell, eternal damnation, hell, like the fire, and it's regarding your soul. So that's my standpoint on that.
Okay. Well, we'll get to, we could go over the health thing too. That's a whole.
That's why. That's why.
Yeah. See, that's a whole nother topic. Because
I know there's hell. There's hell. We're in hell now. You're in Babylon.
Yeah. Right. Like the hell is a condition on earth. Like we believe in reincarnation. You know what I'm saying? That's what we. Huh?
There's also the lake of fire, but
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. You think that there's a literal hell. Now, we believe a thing called the 70 missing verses. You ever heard about the 70 missing verses?
Yeah, the missing verses of the Bible.
Well, of 2nd Ezra, the 7th chapter of the Apocrypha.
Right.
It mentions like when you go to the spirit world, there's a right-hand side and there's a left-hand side. If you're a righteous man, you'll go to the right-hand side, which is paradise. That's the 7 orders of rest. You know what I'm saying? And then the other one is the 7 ways of torment. And now when you read about the torment is fire. But fire doesn't always literally mean fire. Fire could be symbolic of judgment.
Tribulation.
It could be symbolic of tribulation. It could be symbolic of even mental judgment. Because that's what happens in the spirit world. And that's what happened with the rich man and Lazarus. You know what I'm saying? But that's a whole nother thing. But yeah, so the Greek word, I have it here too.
All right. You want me to read this first?
So now,
all right. Go ahead.
Yeah. So now you said that's what damnation is, right? But now we gotta put it in context though, because we're gonna look up to the Greek word of damnation in Romans 13:2. So we're gonna bring it out right now. So the Greek word is Strong's G 2917. The Greek word is kerma.
Kerma.
Is kerma. Check this out. Number 1, a decree.
Whoa, what?
A decree.
That's damnation, right? A decree.
A damnation. That's the Greek word for damnation.
A decree.
A decree.
What is the decree?
A decree. Judgments. Number 2, judgments. Condemnation.
Verdict.
Right? Condemnation of wrong. The decision, whether severe or mild, which one passes on the faults of others.
All right.
And B, in a forensic sense.
In a what?
In a forensic sense. You ever seen the forensic files?
What number you reading? Karma, K-R-I-M-A, right?
Karma is the transliteration is Krima.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
That's the transliteration. So in a forensic sense, now you ever seen the forensic files, right?
Yeah.
And who be dealing with the files? The detectives, right? The officers, the cops. So what what are they doing it for? They doing it for what? For their government.
Oh Lord.
That's what they doing it. So that's what it's talking about. See, that's why we think that in Romans 13, we think that this is talking about Esau at the time, the pagan Roman Empire, just like was subject on the payments, and that's Baruch. Because
Esau is the only one that can perform this forensic and judgment.
For right now, as far as being carnal, as far as like dealing with the how should you say, like dealing with their lawsuit today. Like I'm not talking about the Most High's laws, but I'm talking about like their
laws, like state laws,
state laws.
Yeah, I know, but you're saying that he's the only one, according to Romans 13, that every soul be subject to the higher powers. You're saying that he's the only one that they're talking about when they say the ordinance of God, and anyone who resists that is going to receive damnation. Esau can be the judge of that.
Well,
Israel's
in this in this context, you got to remember the context, because in that context, Paul was talking, right?
Yes.
The Apostle Paul. Now, the Apostle Paul was under the Roman Empire at that time. And remember, as apostles, as prophets of the Lord, we spoke against the government. So we was a threat to the government. So that's why Paul told Israel, basically he told Israel, you got to be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. Why you think Yahushua meant by that? So did not Paul say, am I a follower of Christ? Did not Paul say that?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So that's exactly what Paul was telling Israel to do. How to deal with these damn heathens.
Simple.
In rulership. That's what it's talking about in this context. And I'm going to read more, and then I'm going to let you chime in. I'm going to read more. And it says, in a forensic sense, the sentence of a judge, the punishment with which one is sentenced.
Right.
3, condemnatory sentence, penal judgment, sentence.
What is a penal judgment sentence? Who is that coming from? That's coming from the laws of Esau.
Yeah.
That's like from a judgment.
That's from their judge.
Nothing comes of Esau. Nothing. They copied our system.
Yes, that's true. They did.
We know that.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
But we're talking about as far as in this time and era right now. We know everything comes from us, but did the Most High give...
Their judicial system is our judicial system twisted.
But did the Most High give them... Did the Most High let them take rulership and rule for a particular time? Did he let them rule for a particular time?
No, all power and authority is given to Christ.
My question is, did the Most High allow them to rule for a dispensation of time? Because every kingdom had a rule. Nebuchadnezzar had a rule. Romans had a kingdom that ruled.
We're slaves.
No, let's stick with...
in the carnal sense.
In the carnal sense, brother. We know that all praises... We know that... All right, I'm going to let you finish because I can... We know that all the carnal blessings, the carnal, goes to Esau. Can the Most High let a carnal thing take place to overawe that at the end it will seek His power? So He let these things take place. All those kingdoms that came to be came to nothing. But the Most High allowed them to rule. But they ruled to cause at the latter days to be a reference for who? Israel and his son Yahushua. So he did let Esau rule, and Esau is ruling now.
Yeah, he put the spirit on him to rule. Because why? Because we broke the law, statutes, and commandments. When we break the law, statutes, and commandments, he always uses the heathen to take us over. Why you think Daniel's the 7 chapters about?
I agree with...
You know what I'm saying? But you agree with that, right?
Daniel the 7th chapter?
Was given to the wicked. I mean, that's a gift. That's a gift.
Yes, that's the point.
We know that part.
Yeah.
Now you know what? Now finish off.
We're gonna finish. We're gonna finish off.
Then we're gonna let you have the floor. We got another 5. Give us another 5 more minutes. We're gonna be fair. And then you got the floor.
Yeah. All right. So we got the punishment with which one is sentenced, condemnatory sentence, penal judgment sentence, a matter to be judicially decided, a lawsuit, a case in court.
Courts. Okay. We have courts too, but
that's not what you got to understand, brother. What you got to understand, brother, is that Paul told Israel how to deal with the heathens in their system. That's what we're telling you, bro. Yes, he's talking to Israel. We agree with that. But the powers that be in this context is not talking about Israel. Israel was not ruling at the time. It was the heathen.
Wait, Israel was not ruling at that time.
See?
So that's a cut right there.
They were taking over.
They were taking
ruling at this time either.
All right. So that means they're under subjection to something or to someone.
Because they were Hellenized.
Yep.
That's why you got Israelite. That's why Paul, when he was talking to the Romans, he was talking to Israelites that was citizens of Rome.
Right.
They were in a Gentile state of mind.
They were just Israelites that's in the Gentile state of mind.
So those Greeks that they was talking about, they were black.
Those Greeks. Go ahead, brother.
Go ahead, bro.
Those Greeks in the New Testament, they were black. They were Hellenized. So they were Greek-speaking Jews.
Right.
Right.
Even with Rome too, you had Israel that were Romanized. They would wear togas. They had the little the ivies.
Right.
They had that too. I mean, you know that, brother, right?
And
I mean,
then
he knows that.
and then during those times, they took away their customs,
Or in other words, we started following their customs.
and then we started
So
following their
Paul's
customs.
trying to bring, and actually, you know what? That's a straight cut. Because Paul's trying to bring those Israelites that's in a Gentile state of mind back to the fold and let them know that the thing that they're following in Romans 13, that not to follow those heathens like that.
Right.
And
So which one is it? Follow the heathen or not? Like,
No, they're not. He's not saying. He's saying that you got to be subject to their authority to a certain extent.
Right.
Just like right now, we in America right now, right? If a cop goes up to you, are you going to curse out a cop? No. You got to show him your license. You got to do what you got to do, right?
all right, that's not my argument anyway. My argument is paying tribute. You know, of course you got to do certain things, but that's as a slave. When you pay tribute, that is voluntarily. Tribute is an act of reverence.
Yeah,
So it
but
means like
An act of
pledging
reverence.
at least allegiance to the flag or something like that.
but paying tribute. See, we're gonna
Right,
deal with the
that's
word
what-
tribute too. We gotta deal.
But
So
as
we gotta deal with
slave,
the word tribute. So
somebody had to
what do you
put
think?
on
What do you
that.
think tribute is? Say it again, bro. I want to get your understanding. What is tribute for you? What does it mean?
Tribute is paying reverence. Look it up.
Paying reverence to the government, right?
Let me look it up. Tribute.
Okay, yeah, look it up.
Strong concordance.
Yeah, and I also want to look into the root word of crema. While you getting that?
Go ahead, look it up.
Now,
And-
was that good or no?
What? Oh, I didn't even get a chance to bring it out. When you
Yeah, yeah.
finish.
After this, then he gonna bring the Bible dictionary.
Damnation, the definition of damnation.
Right. So now kreno is to separate, put asunder, to pick out, select, to choose, to be of opinion, to determine, to judge, to pronounce an opinion concerning right and wrong. So pretty much it means what? An opinion of what's right and wrong in their system.
And their system.
In their system. Because remember, yeah, they got it from us, but guess what? They're wicked. So they're going to take what we have and they're going to put their own spin to it. That's what the heathens do, right? That's what they do. You know,
Okay.
so that's why Paul told Israel, you got to deal with the heathens a certain way. You ain't got to listen to every. Now, if they telling us to break the law, we ain't got to break our laws.
That's what I said earlier, and everybody thought that was wrong.
You know what I'm saying? We don't got to break our laws. We're not talking about breaking our laws, statutes, and commandments. We're not talking about that. But as far as like if we following their protocols, and if it don't go against our laws, then you could do that because you're being wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove, like what Yahweh
So what is,
said. That's what Paul was
number 3?
telling Israel to do.
What is Romans 13:3?
13:3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, can he bring out the Bible dictionary for damnation? Because I already read the definition. He's going to read the definition in the Bible dictionary.
Okay, go ahead.
He's going to read it.
Okay, damnation. When referring to the future, it means primarily internal separation from God with accompanying awful punishments. The severity of the punishment is determined by the degree of sin. And it's eternal, and that's it. And then they gave you a couple of scriptures. They gave you Luke 12:36 through 48. They gave you Mark 3:29, and they gave you
So it's judgment.
Judgment.
right.
That's what it is. Judgment. Damnation is judgment. Yeah.
Nothing.
That's what damnation is. It's a judgment.
Judgment.
Whether it's carnally or spiritually. It's
Yeah,
the
but
same.
we not going against that. Judgment is judgment.
Right.
It doesn't matter, but can judgment come from the wicked, from the left hand side just as well as the right hand side?
Yes, it does.
That's what we're saying.
There's different forms of judgment.
Right. It's different forms of judgment. Okay. A few more, and then you got the floor. Go ahead, brother.
All right, I'm going to read verse 3 for you, okay? This is Romans 13:3. For rulers are not a terror to good works, but to the evil.
Well, what is a ruler?
Well, let's look up the word rulers. The word rulers is archon, which means a ruler, a commander, a chief, leader.
Yeah.
Now is that talking about in Israel being ruling in the Israel context, or a ruler as far as in the system, the pagan system?
He's talking about Israel.
Okay, let's see.
Well,
As rulers, every nation has rulers in different positions.
All right, so we want to see what these rulers are talking about in this context. Is this ruler is talking about the ruler of Israel, magistrates and judges of Israel, or is it talking about the pagan rulership?
What does for rulers are not a terror to good works, but to evil? What does that mean?
Go ahead, finish reading.
okay, we're going to read it. For rulers are not a terror to good works, but to the evil. Would thou then not be afraid of the people, of the power? Do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same. Meaning what? Meaning if you do what's right, you're not going to be judged by the powers that be. That's what that means.
Do we agree with that? We got Trayvon Martin. We got all of these innocent people every
Yeah,
week.
but we're not. But see, but that's different though. I'm not telling you to be a coon. That's not what I'm saying. See, that's what
They're
you're
not
thinking.
cool. Not innocent black men that's not doing anything and they getting shot down in the street.
But they
That's
weren't
not cool.
following no laws.
Yeah, but they
But
weren't.
was they following
They
laws?
weren't following the law, statutes, and commandments.
Biblical laws.
They weren't following. See, the reason why they got judged. Let's keep it real, bro. And you know what? And hold on, brother. Hold on, brother. Let's keep it real though. The reason why, you know what I'm saying, Trayvon Martin and what's the other dude? The dude that got choked out. What's his name? Damn, I forgot his name.
Well, you know what we talking about.
The fat black dude that was selling bogeys on Staten
Eric
Huh? Eric Garner, right?
Right.
Eric Garner. So exactly, the reason why they got judged is because they wasn't keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. So the Most High brought judgment on them. Why? Because they wasn't keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. Look, first of all, Eric Garner, he was selling bogeys on the side. Why are you selling cigarettes? Why are you selling poison to your own people? Now Trayvon Martin. Now if you really wanna go deep, Trayvon Martin was set up by the Illuminati. Don't you know his father was a Freemason?
The heathens of
His father was a Freemason. So really, if you want to get technical, bro, his father sacrificed his son. That was all set up. Of Trayvon Martin getting shot. Yes, I did my research. His father was a Freemason. Because I went to his Facebook, he had a Freemasonic hat. He had a Masonic hat. Okay. So don't talk about Trayvon Martin, because Trayvon Martin was a sacrifice. That was all set up for racial tension, for the race wars.
But you know what? That's to keep it on a lower level for him.
No, I'm just saying that. No, I'm just saying that because those
are just examples. There's thousands.
Of course, bro. No, we understand that. We understand that.
It was amazing.
Blacks and Latinos too, because you have Latinos that get shot too, unrighteously. Exactly. Yes, blacks and Latinos, Native Americans. We understand that.
Only the Most High knows his judgment. You just speculating on he didn't follow the laws, but in reality.
But how do you know he did follow the laws? That's another thing too. How do you know?
He know it. He didn't. But the point is, you don't.
But how do you know that?
That's what I'm saying.
You just said that he did. You just said how do we know? And then you just say he's speculating, and then you just say he's not following the law. Which one is it?
I'm saying you're speculating on the Most High's judgment.
We're not being presumptuous, bro. See, that's another thing too. I understand what you're saying.
Only the Most High knows his judgment. You don't know what the Most High knows.
All right, but let's get back to this then. That was a scenario, whether you believe that or not. We could go all day on that.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's get back to these scriptures.
You said God because he didn't follow the laws and commandments. That means every one of us is supposed to be dead right now.
No, that's not true.
Well, wait. Yes, that is true. Let me tell you why that's true. Let me tell you why that was true. Because if it
falls short of the glory of God. So
all right, hold on. Let me show you if that was true. Because if that was true, he would have known that, first of all, I wasn't supposed to sell cigarettes in front of that store. And if I was to sell cigarettes in the store and a police officer that works for the system, the same system that's against me, I would know when he say, yo, get it from my store or whatever like that and give me your ID. Don't sell these cigarettes no more. What did the guy do? Wait a minute. What did the guy do? He argued with him. He argued with the Esau in his own system. Yeah. So But if he would have took heed to Romans 13, how to deal with these heathens in their society, he would have known and say, "Sorry, officer, I'll take the ticket and go by his way." But being that he didn't take heed of the law, he died. Facts.
That's anybody, man.
Oh, he didn't have nothing for that. He had nothing for it. He said anybody. That's facts.
Yes, right.
Now let
People
me.
die every day by the cops.
Oh, come on. Yes,
Yeah.
they do. That's true.
Do they have righteous judgment? Esau is incapable of righteous judgment.
No, we're not saying
I
that's
didn't say
righteous.
that.
We're not saying that's righteous. See, that's the thing. There's different
Rulers
forms.
are not
Hold on, brother.
terrorists of good works.
Let me. Okay, you finish your point. Can I make my point?
I'm not finished. Rulers are not a terror to good works.
Okay.
But
Wait, what is rulers? I got the definition for. I got it for you.
There's different rulers.
There's different rulers, but
Yeah.
in this context, they're talking about the rulers of the Roman Empire, sister. And let me give you that.
He's
It says
going to show you right now. We'll read it.
the same rulers and information that we're reading in Romans 13. Is that
Yeah,
verse 3?
That's verse 3.
Let's
And
look up the word
and the
rulers.
Greek word is archon, a ruler, commander, chief, leader. Right. So now he's going to read his definition. Hold
Okay,
on, brother.
hold on. Listen to
He gonna
this.
read it. He's going to read his
It
definition.
says of the Greek Paralitatari, which was the special local title of the majesties of the city councilors of Thessalonica.
Ooh.
There were 5 or 6 numbers. The city authorities. Now, who was ruling in Thessalonica? It was the Caesars. It was the Roman Empire.
you look up the definition of rulers, and you're gonna link that with this whole thing. Like,
I'm telling you, in the context, what ruler? Give me what that says. Well, give me the.
Now the Greek word is.
They go to the root word of it too.
Yeah. The Greek word is archon, a ruler,
Hebrews
commander.
13:7.
Hold on, brother.
I'm looking for precepts, not definitions.
Yo, no, we got to go into the definitions too, bro. It's not just precepts. Because when you break down the scriptures, you got to go into the original language too. Because there's mistranslations in the words too, bro. I know you understand that.
No, you're not down.
So hold on, bro.
That's why
Let's look into the definition.
That's why I was telling them I looked up every word. They said, "Why you keep looking up every word?"
You're supposed to look up words, bro. It's not,
I know. I didn't
when
say
you look
why
up
you
words,
look at-
you also go into the precepts, and we got a precept for Romans 13, but we got this for right now. Let's keep it. Let's be in order and let's be simple. Let's keep it in order right now. Okay.
You're gonna get your turn, brother. We're gonna be fair.
Okay.
Go ahead. You're gonna get the floor. Let him get the floor when you bring this dash at verse 4. Then let him take the point. We want to be fair over here.
Yeah, this is verse 3. This
All
is
right.
Strong's G 758, Archon, ruler, commander, chief, leader, and then the present principle of G 757, which is Archo, to be chief, to lead, to rule. That's what I got.
Okay.
And now what you got? Now let's see what Shammai got.
Okay, what I just read to him, it says rulers of the city. You know what? And also look in the easy translation.
English.
It says in Acts 17:6 in verse 8 of the Greek Palalacha. I don't speak Greek, so I'm saying it all screwed up.
All right.
Palalicharitia, which was special local title.
Okay.
Israel.
So that's a different Greek term for the rulers.
So what does that prove to us? The definition that we know what a ruler is.
No, that tells you that
telling
this definition is talking about a specific definition of not the Israelites, not in their government and their council. This talking about the rulers in the system of Caesar's ruler in his system, not the ruler in the government of Israelites. This is talking about the rulers of in the Roman Empire. The Caesars, that's what system this is talking about. So that's why I say we have to break down the definition of what rulers is in Israelite definition and Esau's definition. This ruler is talking about Esau's definition of majesty and judges. That's what this is talking about. That's what rulers in this context. That's what this is talking about. Caesar, Roman, not Israelites. Okay. So that's what this is saying. And the precept was that is Acts 17:6 and 8. Give me that. Give me Acts 17:6 and 8.
I got the easy English.
Okay, you want to read that?
Yeah, I got a different version of the Bible.
Does it?
This is the easy English. Okay, check this out.
What verse is that?
Easy English on My Sword app. There's a My Sword app. It's called Easy English.
Acts 17, 6 and 8.
So, okay, so now the context in Romans 13, it says obey the government in Easy English.
See,
What King James version says?
No, this is not King James. This is the Easy English. See, we know the other versions is corrupt, but in certain.
I'll look up the King James version.
We did the King James already, bro. But what we're doing is we going to a different version to link up what the King James version says. Because out of 1 or 2 or 3 witnesses, we got to prove that too with the other versions.
Right.
Because
to prove that point.
To the other versions. Because in Old English, people get tripped up. But in modern English, it sounds more plain.
17.
That's why we're going to bring it out.
17.
All right, where are you at? Acts what?
No, well, I'm going to read Romans 13 and 3 in the Easy English.
Then I'm going to go back to Acts 17, 6 and 8 with the precept of what I read in the rulers of the city, which is in that translation.
Okay.
So now in Romans 13, now the context in the Easy English, from 1 to 7, it says obey the government, right? That's what it says. So from 1 to 7, that's dealing with how you deal with the authority of the people. That's how you do, right? So now Romans 13 and 3, people who do good things do not need to be afraid of the rulers. Only people who do bad things are afraid of the rulers. So if you do not want to be afraid of a ruler, you must do good things. Then as a result, the ruler will say that you are good.
Now, just on a low level, just on a level to just to think, just be humble, y'all. What rule? Okay, what does that say again? I almost lost my
Romans 13 and 3. I'm going to read it again.
Who is ruling at this particular time? For us to say, yo, if we do right thing, we shouldn't really have to worry about the ruler because we know that they're trying to murder us in the street. So we know that we should abide by their laws, not the laws of God. Don't mix that together. We should abide. We know that we should. If you're an Israelite, you know the first thing in your life, your first priority is the law, statute, commandments. You don't even have to question that. But when you're in a system that's built up, they have laws too. Now, you could follow their laws, but when you go against their authority of following their laws, when it's making you go contrary against following God. So you can follow their laws, but now you have to slow your pace down when their law is making you defile yourself against Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shah.
Right. For example, like they don't want you to teach the Bible, then that's when we revolt against them.
Right.
I agree with that.
Huh?
I agree with that. I just don't see.
See what I'm saying to you. I'm not with you and Abu. All I'm saying is this: everybody can have their agreement, but what I'm saying is this: in that context, when you read it, that context is strictly talking about. It's really giving Israel a warning to how to deal in the political system of the heathens, how to watch yourself, because we don't have to watch our back if we being ruled by Israelites that knows the commandments, that should be doing good. We shouldn't have to worry about watching our back amongst our own brotherhood, especially if they're following Christ. We shouldn't have to look over our brother, because when it says in verse 3, it says rulers to be a terror of themselves. What did it say in that?
Oh, in the Easy English it says, people who do good things do not need to be afraid of the rulers.
Okay, so people who do good things
is coming from a Christian. The version is coming from a Christianity standpoint where they include everybody. They want everybody included in salvation. First of all,
yeah, but no. We just using this as an example to link to the King James.
Sometimes you can read the King James, bro, and it has an old English word, and sometimes you can't understand. We go strictly by the King James version, so we go by that all day. But sometimes to get a better understanding of what that translation is saying, we go to the easy. We break it down to go to the easy translation. That's all we doing. We ain't saying we going
to. I explain to that. Explain to
right,
that.
But my point is that it's coming from a standpoint where everybody's included. King James too, unless you get precept and you figure out.
We got the precept.
We got precept. That's coming.
We got the precept, but we got to look into these words first.
Right, but let him rebuttal.
Okay, let him go now.
What's your?
Okay, you go ahead. You got the floor. Hold on to your point.
Yeah, I got. Yeah.
All right. The ordinance of God is the word of God, God's law. They that resist receive to themselves, then they rulers are not a terror to good works, but to evil. Will you then not be afraid of the power? The power that Jesus is talking about being afraid of is your rulers.
Who rulers? Israel's?
Israel rulers.
But what do you mean by Israel ruling? Like give an
Israel
example.
rulers.
Like what do you mean? Like a ranking system? That's what you mean? Do you mean like a ranking
Rulers,
system?
I mean the authority figures, the prophets, the
Or the
people
prophets,
ordained by
like the
God.
elders, right?
Right, the people who are ordained by God. It says, "Do that which is good."
So those are the
Number
prophets,
4
the elders.
Yeah, number 4 says,
Okay, I got you.
For he is the minister of God to thee for good.
And look up
But
who's the
if
minister
you
of
do that-
God.
But if you do that which is evil, be afraid. We are not supposed to fear men, right? We fear God. We don't supposed to have the spirit of fear for men. Is that right?
Right.
No, yeah, Con. We don't fear men but the Most High.
The only one we're supposed to fear is God. So that being said, let's read this again. For he is the minister of God to thee for good. But if you do what's evil, be afraid. For he beareth not the sword in vain. For he is a revenger to execute wrath upon him that doeth evil. You can go to Genesis for that precept or paraphrase. Hold on, Abu's trying to get in. Hold on.
All right, let him in.
Let them in.
Let him in. Now look, you got
So-
1 Peter's 2, and then you got 12.
1 Peter's 2:13 on down.
Okay, and
That's
this,
the
yeah, and then you got Matthew 22 and 21, institutions.
yeah, and you got Matthew's.
Now also, we should get the elders should be masters over it. Like
Hello?
You
Yeah,
need
that's
to
that's
get
what
that. That's important, but that's hold that
Yeah, but
on.
we gotta-
Shalom,
Hold on,
Shalom.
he's on the other line, Colin, but I don't know how to add him. I'm trying to figure it out.
3-way.
3-way.
You do a 3-way, yeah. Yeah, do like a conference call, like
You want
We're on
me,
a 3-way right now, right?
no, you're on one phone right now. Unless you want me to do it
Yeah, because
and call you back.
all right, yeah.
All right, okay, Shalom. I'll call you right back. Stand by.
Okay, so we're bringing out scriptures now. What is
so
this?
like 1 Peter's 5. It speaks about elders, right?
Right.
But the key thing is don't be a lord. Lord
Right.
means master.
okay, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So let's